Hey folks, Larson Halleck here. Are you a fan of Larson Halleck and the Barbaric Gentleman? Of course you are, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. So if you want to support me, you can go on my Patreon, patreon.com/Larson Halleck, and give me some money. Also visit paypal.me/Larson Halleck to give me money. You can also buy my book, visit my website, or go to my Twitter and Gab. If you support me enough, I'm gonna make Larson Halleck the movie, in which me and my friends will play grab ass in a public park for 5 hours and thoroughly embarrass ourselves. All I need is $90,000 to do it. And now, our scheduled programming. Hello, Larson Halleck with another edition of PUA-Holes, and today we're looking at a female PUA. Well, this is a first. Meet Elena Petrova, who, has written for the Good Men Project, so you know she's good. After all, anybody who advocates for teaching men how to better their chances with women is a sexual predator, according to the media, and the Good Men Project founder Hugo Schweizer was a prolific sexual predator. It's practically a PUA guidebook. Okay, sarcasm. At the very least, she has written articles denouncing PPL scams, so that's cool. As you might imagine from her name, Gospodina Petrova is from Russia, and as such, her writing is about hooking up with the daughters of the steppe, which is great for those untouched by feminism Slavic goddesses honk people. She herself is married to a Western man, if one can consider Australia to be the West. Just kidding. Just kidding, I know it is. Calm down, military veterans of Australia. But yes, she knows of Russian brides from personal experience of being one. I have a pamphlet, for lack of a better word, that she wrote, 2 of her websites, and the column she wrote for the Good Men Project. So let's dive in. Online dating tips for men. First off, this is from 2017. I wasn't aware the Good Men Project was still around. It seems okay, at first. Don't make negative comments about her appearance. You all know I hate negging, so no complaints here. As a side note, I've always kind of felt that negging is basically the male version of a shit test, so take that as you will. Anyway, don't talk about your ex immediately, but then she says no innuendos. Now, I personally feel innuendos can work if they are light and cheeky with them. None of that, hey girl, mystery crap, but in a witty way that they can be used sparingly. But the other 2 I don't have disagreements with. Don't post a shirtless pic, not until you can edge the conversation towards a sexual state using artful innuendos, and never tell her that you're masturbating to her. That's pretty commonsensical. But hey, the people who read the Good Men Project probably need that advice. Mr. Schweizer certainly needed that advice. A pretty half-assed and bare-bones article, but not terrible. Her 2 websites are womenrussia.com and elenasmodels.com. The latter is an actual dating website, so go nuts if you're into that sort of thing. In the former, she has a fair amount of truth, discussing how, yes, some women are just looking for green cards, and some are okay. The point being that foreign women are just as variable and different as any other woman. You're not necessarily going to get virginal goddess foreign woman, but you might if you look hard enough. I have nothing to complain about here. Now to her book, Dating Advice for the Newly Single. And this is actually, really, I have nothing to complain about here. Dating new people and resisting the urge to lick your wounds is essential. I agree. When you meet a new person, don't bring up your ex and spew your emotional flotsam everywhere. Just have a regular old conversation. Dress well and so forth. I can't really say anything bad about this writing by this sexy space alien. While I'm against the idea that you can't find a good woman in the West, this is all solid, good advice for those who would want to date an Eastern European woman. So, she associated with Hugo Schweizer's outfit, so we can bag on her for that, I guess. And as I blatantly go off on a tangent to stretch out the video, let's talk about the Schweiz. For those of you who don't know, at one point, probably the most famous male feminist in America, a former community college professor from Southern California, he, amongst other things, advocated in Jezebel that women put on strap-on penises and peg their men to defeat the patriarchy, and in The Atlantic, he disparaged older men who dated younger women. Naturally, like pretty much every male feminist, he was a revolting hypocrite, himself seducing dozens of his young graduate students. and at one point trying to murder-suicide one of them. He cheated on his wife with a porn star, and he has rightfully been kicked out of his position and disappeared into the ether. But if you already watch my videos, you know that male feminists are scum, and if Ms. Petrova didn't associate with them, I would have nothing to complain about. But all in all, her writing is not bad, and thus she enters into that esteemed hall of PUA-Okay alongside Chris Jackson. I'm Larson Halleck, and keep on training.